And we are live. Welcome everybody for this live stream on the Bitcoin ETF. This is the breaking news, and we're gonna explain everything in this stream, what happened and why this is so important for crypto. Where are you guys are from? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me well. So let's get started. So basically this is what we've been waiting for so long. Okay, so if you wanted a proof that crypto is invisible, this is it. Basically we've been waiting for this to get it into. If you've been waiting to get into crypto, if you're not sure if it has any future, today is the day where you can finally say I was wrong and it's time to get in. And there's really nothing that can stop crypto at this point. Not even the US government, not even the SEC, not even the final boss Gary Gensler. So finally we made it. So this is really a big day for crypto. And so the context really was, we had this bear market that just didn't end. Like since the peak of 2021, it just kept going down, and just the atmosphere in crypto was really gloomy. Everybody was looking for clues for when we will have the next bull market. So there were a couple of positive clue that we were looking for. For example, there was this year in 2024, we knew that there would be the Bitcoin halving. So of course, Bitcoin halving, we know that this is going to be very bullish, but it wasn't the only thing. There was also a sign that the inflation, a sign that the interest rate, will start to go down, which will be a signal for the bull market to start again on equities, and which will actually have a consequence for crypto as well. So there was several elements that made us really positive for this year. But what we were really looking for, the massive game changer, was the approval of this Bitcoin ETF. And this is what finally happened. So here, before we move on to the topic, a quick and so we had also a lot of people who were super negative about crypto, all the journalists, etc. So 2023 has been tough. Quick advertisement for my bootcamp here. So next week we are starting the next cohort of my Solidity bootcamp. So if you want to become a Solidity developer, check it out, because in this bootcamp you will have live classes. So it's going to be much more efficient than just following a course in a passive manner with this bootcamp. If you have struggled to get started in Solidity, you can never motivate yourself. This bootcamp is the solution, because you have a schedule that you have to follow, so you are forced to show up because you paid, so you don't want to waste your money. And you will have also homework, so you will have feedback, and this is really how we progress the fastest, is when we get feedback. When we just follow a video course passively, it's always way slower than this. So if you are interested in the bootcamp, I'm going to put the link in the chat. Just 1 second. Let me find the link. All right, so you have the link to the bootcamp in the chat, and we have about 20 seats remaining, so it's probably going to be over by the end of today. All right, so back to our topic. So here we're going to go back in time and really go over the whole story of this Bitcoin approval. So it's been more than 10 years since this story has been going on. So the first application for a Bitcoin ETF was in 2013, when the Winklevoss brother, so the founder of the Gemini exchange, they filed the first application for a spot Bitcoin ETF. And there was a lot of effort that they did. And these are guys with really a lot of connection, a lot of money. They're based in New York, so that's the heart of the financial markets in the US. So they had everything on their side to make it happen. And despite their best effort, the agency, the SEC fund, in the end rejected the application in 2017. There were many other episodes to this saga. For example, New York started to release their a license for crypto companies that gave hope that maybe one day there would be an approval for a Bitcoin ETF. There was a lot of hope, and a lot of analysts were saying that it would never happen, basically, like our beloved Jim Cramer. And so pretty much everybody lost hope. But we started to have some clues, like in the past few months of the last months of 2023, we started to have more and more clues. But this time, it seems like it might be a little bit different. It might be just not the usual rumors that the ETF would come, but we started to really believe that it'd be the case. And for example, there were those advertisements that were released by different financial companies for a Bitcoin ETF, and they wouldn't really invest in advertisement if there was for nothing, because we're talking of tens of millions of dollars to make the ad and pay it to the advertising company. This is very expensive. So we had some clues that maybe behind closed doors there were some conversation that were happening, and we could be quite confident that the Bitcoin ETF would happen. And so there was some very strong rumor that this week it would be the week when it finally happened, but we were not sure. And what happened on Tuesday, we had this tweet from the SEC announcing finally the approval of the Bitcoin ETF. So it was really crazy because finally it happened, but because things are never so simple, what happened just after that, after a few hours, we had this tweet of Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, that said the Twitter account of the SEC was compromised. So it was a hack. It was a fake announcement, huge disappointment, and people were really angry at the SEC. There were like a ton of good memes that were made, like protect investor, here's our password 123. I mean, these guys really are so stupid, because they would be the first one to sue companies if they were to do something like this, some sort of fake announcement, but they were not even able to manage properly their Twitter account. So people were really pissed at the SEC. But one day later, the real announcement came, and yes, this rumor was true. Finally, the Bitcoin ETF was approved, and we had some good meme on Twitter. So here, Liz Warren, Gary Gensler, Liz Warren isn't very happy, because Liz Warren, this is this senator that is super anti-crypto, and and Gary didn't do the job. So yeah. And one question that we can have is why the SEC took so much time to approve those Bitcoin ETF, because a lot of things were already in place. So in terms of infrastructure, we already have some very strong companies that can keep crypto. So all those crypto custodians that are very secure. So, and Bitcoin started to be very known from the public. So we're in 2024 now, so it's being, crypto is already mainstream. So it was weird that they were taking so much time, and especially since we already had other ways to access a crypto with future, for example. So this is not on-chain, but this is through traditional finance. And there were other things that happened in crypto, some scandal like FTX, and SEC didn't protect at all. So the only thing that they were protecting against is those Bitcoin ETFs. So everybody was really pissed. And you can wonder why they did this. So one possibility is that the friends from Wall Street at first weren't really in favor of Bitcoin because they thought that it might be bad for the financial system, and maybe they changed their mind later, or they wanted to allow some friends of them to accumulate crypto before they opened the floodgate. We will never know why they took so long, but the only thing that matters is that it finally happened. And so here is a list of all the Bitcoin ETF that were approved. So there are 11 of them, and you can see the ticker for each of them. So some come from really famous companies like iShare, Franklin, Bitcoin, Franklin, etc. And what matters, so there are two parameters here. First parameter is, do you trust this company or not? Because they're going to be responsible for keeping the Bitcoin. I mean, in the end, they will delegate this to a crypto custodian, but you still want them to delegate to the right custodian. So that's one important aspect, and the other aspect is the fee that they are taking. And so here we see some of these fees are really crazy. Grayscale 1.5%. That's absolutely insane. I would never take an ETF like that. But even with lower fee, you know, it adds up on several years. It can add up. So here, I don't know why some of these fees are at 0%, but I think this is a mistake. But the cheapest one seems to be the iShare Bitcoin Trust. So I would probably pick this one if I were to buy a Bitcoin ETF, but I just want to own Bitcoin directly. But for the boomer, that might be interesting. All right, and so if you go to Yahoo Finance and you can enter this ticker, and you can see their page, and the trading already started today. And yeah, so that's really show you that it's really happening. It's not just it's not just a rumor. And so if you want to buy some Bitcoin ETF, if let's say for some reason you cannot own Bitcoin directly, you can do this with any stockbroker, so Interactive Broker, Fidelity, E-Trade, etc. And so you would buy this Bitcoin ETF exactly like you would buy any stock. And now the big question is, okay, well, what's the impact on the market? So at first it was a bit weird because just after the news, Bitcoin didn't really pump, and it was Ethereum that pumped like crazy. So maybe we thought, oh, okay, well, it's already priced in, but now finally it's all finally arriving to Bitcoin as well. So 48K, I think now it might even be 49K. So it's really moving fast. And yeah, if we zoom out, so this is where we are in the market. So previous bull market, then we went through the valley of death, and now we are back to the next bull market. Now there is absolutely zero doubt that next bull market has started. So when you see this graph, everything is more clear. So there was just a tweet I saw that there was $2 billion that were traded on the market just after the trading started a few hours ago. So that's a huge volume. So that is very impressive for the first day of trading. And you know why this Bitcoin ETF is so important? That's because it's going to unlock a massive market, massive amount of money that will flood into crypto. The floodgates are open, and I'm talking of all the boomer money that is in mutual funds. So in 2024, the mutual funds market, so here we cannot see on this graph, but this is roughly about $100 trillion. So it's absolutely insane. And we can expect that some percentage of this will end up in crypto. So let's say if it's just some percentage, so it might just 2 or 3% might still be $2 or $3 trillion. So it would more than double the market cap of crypto, and for the market cap of Bitcoin, it will multiply it by 2, 3, 4, etc. So it's not going to happen overnight. Okay, it's gonna take some time before we can see the full effect. It might take something like 6 months to 1 year, but I'm very confident that Bitcoin is gonna double to triple within 1 year. And the long term, it's is really great because it's going to support the price of Bitcoin in a really sustainable manner. And it's also going to support the whole crypto industry. And so for us blockchain developer also, this is very, very important because this is a signal that will be lessened by VC. You know, a lot of VC right now, they're paying attention. A lot of VC, they pivoted from crypto to AI 1 year ago, and now it's gonna be the opposite pivot. They're all gonna get back to crypto, and so you're gonna see some crazy investment round once again. And of course, everything this is going to translate to more job for blockchain dev and especially Solidity devs. A lot of companies, also even the one who aren't VC funded, are going to turn to crypto again. So this is the beginning of a really, really exciting era. And what I really like about this next bull market is that it really feels more sustainable than the one we had before. So this is something that it's not going to be one giant peak and then a collapse. This time it's going to stay there. So this time we have this massive infrastructure that is supporting us, and this is amazing. So yeah, so that was basically it for the Bitcoin ETF. Quickly, for those who want to leverage this new bull market, there is no better way than becoming a Solidity developer, which is a very high paid job and very high demand. So next week we are starting the next cohort for our Solidity Bootcamp. This is live classes, so if you're struggling, if you're not motivated by video course, this will be great for you. You'll have homework to do, you'll have feedback for your code. So this is very efficient if you want to become a Solidity developer, and it lasts 1 month. So this is an intensive bootcamp, allow you to complete your training quite quickly. All right, so let me see if we have anything in the chat. What do we have in the chat? Debo saying this is the day we've anticipated for a long while. Yes. How about ARB token? Have no idea. All right. Well, there's nothing else on this Bitcoin ETF. We're gonna stop here. So I'm gonna put in the chat one last time the link to my bootcamp. Next session starts next week. So we have 20 seats available. All right, Shamroon, please do more video like this to discuss crypto in general. It helps. I mean, the bootcamp, but my crypto knowledge is not great. Okay, amazing, guys. So thanks for coming. I think we'll do more video like this because I really enjoy this. So thanks for coming today, and I will see you later. Bye, everybody.